You are listening to Radioactive 90.4 megahertz. Get active.
Hello, this is Preeti. The Preeti Bhuyan Talk Show is a platform to speak out your mind. I feel every person has something wonderful and unique inside their mind which may be worth listening, and it may be motivate or inspire others. Preeti's talk is about fitness, inspiration, motivation, sharing knowledge, and celebrating womanhood. Stay tuned, stay connected. This is Preeti with loads of love.
This is Preeti from the Preeti Bhuyan Talk Show. Today, with me, the guest of honor is Kajol Bhatia. Kajol won Mrs. India Karnataka 2018. She is Mrs. India and Mrs. Charming Asia International 2018 as well. What to say about Kajol? Kajol is a motivation. Kajol is an inspiration. When I met Kajol for the first time, I never thought being Mrs. India, being a beauty queen. I don't know. I was thinking maybe she will be ready or not to talk to us. Or maybe she will be able to give us time for our show. But when I spoke to her, I felt she's a wonderful lady. Down to earth, loving personality, a lovely mom. And I know the good part of that. She's a good cook too. Kajol Bhatia born a Sindhi business family. She's a fashion designer by profession and a happy homemaker by her choice. Let us know from Kajol itself what she wants to share about herself.
Hi, I'm Kajol Bhatia, Mrs. India 2018, Mrs. Asia International Most Charming 2018, a fashion designer and a grooming consultant, and a happy homemaker. I'm a social worker, and I volunteer in any kind of social service and initiatives to save the environment.
Wonderful to have you here today.
Thank you so much.
And want to know something of your achievement. And when you felt that yes, you can go for this. Beauty is the ornaments for the woman.
Absolutely.
But still, when you felt that yes, I can go for this, how you make your mind?
Well, actually, I got married at a very young age, and I was a happy homemaker. I was a fashion designer by profession, but chose to remain a happy housewife. And I was busy with my family life, and I was a part of the social service organization Lady Circle India for the last 15-17 years, where I have been doing a lot of social service as well as taken up various posts. And at the age of 40, I somehow felt the urge to find an identity for myself. So then came in I was on the constant lookout for a platform to, live my dreams or just probably get my talent, showcase my talent. But then came my way one WhatsApp image of calling for the auditions of Mrs. India Karnataka. Yeah, so I think after the age of 40 is where I felt that okay, it's time I did something for myself.
For yourself, yes. Always we women are living for our family, for our kid. Always we dedicated our life for others. Sometimes when you do something for yourself, it's really, I always say, yes, you should live for yourself.
Very
always.
true.
You
At some
should
point,
love yourself,
yes.
right? So you work with environment.
Yes, I love to take
Can
initiatives.
you say something about that?
Well, I think it's a very vast subject to cover, and not each of us can do anything single-handedly. But then I always believed in this one mantra that small efforts will make a big difference. Small steps towards anything, you will make an impact sometime.
Correct.
And so drop by drop, we make an ocean. So that's the way I have always believed, and I do take my small initiatives starting from home. I make conscious efforts where, within the family, my children. And apart from that, we had taken up a lot of initiatives like, following the Earth Hour every month, turning off the lights, conserving energy, saving water. I am also in talks with some hotels where, to find and figure out ways of saving water, and even keeping your surroundings clean. And I also push a lot of at home and around me to people. Even during my pageant, I do a lot of recycling and reuse. I do promote reduce, reuse, and
Right.
recycle.
That's really wonderful. I just wanted to hear when you had, yes, you own what you wanted. What is your feelings? Can you share that moment with us?
That moment, I think, was many moments in my life, but at the moment, I like to choose the Mrs. India crowning more than Mrs. Asia International, because I know if I do something where I put my mind, I love doing, going out of my way. I work on it passionately with a lot of sincerity, and I could see my efforts paid off. I had worked completely single handedly on my fitness regime, on my diet, on my clothes, my look, my talk, my walk, everything, the way I present myself. I couldn't proudly say it was a single handed effort. Of course, I did
Yes.
take advice from friends and,
But there is no like proper classes. You have not gone for
absolutely, I
anything.
had.
Yes.
So I could. That was a moment when I felt like actually on top of the world when I was being crowned. That was the moment.
Because it's your single-handed effort. It's
Absolutely.
really, that's wonderful.
Yes,
Really.
and it was a tough competition. It was really
Yes.
a tough
Yes,
competition.
it is.
It was a long journey, which was a
How about your family support?
Oh, my family was very supportive throughout. In fact, I was very skeptical in the beginning when the WhatsApp image came, and I was still contemplating when my husband was my backbone, and he was the one who told me to take it as a learning experience and just go for it,
Right,
And
true.
after that, I made up my mind and I, requested my family to allow me to go ahead with it, and they were really supportive and very patient with me.
Right.
Yeah.
Family support is very important.
And they were
always.
very
Right.
encouraging at every step because I was going through a lot of ups and downs.
Right.
Through and in and out, each day was more challenging.
Right.
But because of my husband, my family, my children, I could just sail through it.
And that's really
Yeah.
wonderful. And what about fitness? Because I always promote fitness. I say that give half an hour's time at least
It's
to your
very
life.
important,
Yes.
very important. Because honestly, somewhere I feel I'm a lazy person when I get into that zone. But and I had put on a little weight in just before the pageant, and I was actually very conscious of myself when I had put on about 5-6 kgs, and at that moment I did realize the importance of fitness. I have always been inclined towards yoga more than I'm not a very gym person. So it was like I started planning my day when I did yoga in the morning and Zumba thrice a week in the evenings. And apart from that, I would just go for a brisk walk or, jog. And I thought it made a big difference because it, energized me and I felt quite refreshed. Apart from that, I think a balanced diet is very important. A mindful diet, because I love binging into food, a foodie that I am. So it was a perfect balance of a mindful food and fitness,
Right.
which is very important. I think
Right.
we tend to get carried away, but I think each of us need to take a stand and be conscious.
Right. So, what do you want to say? What is a message towards the coming generation who maybe want to follow you, or maybe who
Yeah.
maybe want to keep steps as next to you?
Absolutely, because I think I'm a living example. If a simple homemaker overnight can turn into a celeb, and it's just because at one point, I started to believe in myself. I went for a goal. Of course, nothing comes without patience and perseverance, but if I think if I can, anyone can, because I would never have. It was a dream, but I would have never thought that this dream would take shape and become a reality. And I think the message that I would like to give them is, uh, it is not for anybody to empower you. You have to identify your talent and your strengths, work on your weakness, ride on your strengths and empower yourself, because you have a spark within. Just, believe in yourself, go for it, and nothing will stop you from achieving your dreams.
Right. That's so wonderful.
Yeah.
See, nowadays people say, as a mother, you also said you are also mother of two
Yes.
wonderful boy. I want to ask, nowadays things are going on that we should not give mobile, smartphone to the kids. It's becoming, addiction.
True.
What do you feel about? What do you want to say about that? How to control?
Well, my take on this is I think there have to be some spoken and some understood rules. You cannot be very rigid with the children nowadays.
Right.
And we as parents tend to be lenient and sometimes a bit too lenient,
Yes.
but that's also not good. But I think nowadays children are very smart and understanding.
And this has become challenging for the parents now.
Yes.
Nowadays,
True.
it's becoming really challenging topic.
Yes, absolutely. So, as one side, we see that the children are focused. When you speak to them, they do understand. And at sometimes, you see that the children are getting carried away
Yes.
because they're being dominated by these gadgets, which I know is a big challenge. It's not easy, but I think a slow, conscious effort. We have to start setting out rules for them in a very polite and very
Yes.
mellowed down way.
Right.
So that they also feel responsible and
And they are
conscious
also
themselves.
cared.
Yes.
Yes, they need care, and I think they should feel care from that parents.
Absolutely. So somehow I think, if we can speak to them, they're very understanding, they're very focused. So I'm sure they can work out a timing, a set timing. It's easier said than done, but I think slowly the changes can be
Will
brought
come.
in.
Yes. Right. Thank you so much.
It was
And
a pleasure. Thank you for having me on this talk show.
thank you so much. Thank you.
This is Preeti from the Preeti Bhuyan Talk Show with Radioactive 90.4 MHz. If you have any suggestion or want to share your own incredible story, you can reach us out on Facebook, Insta, Twitter, and YouTube. Until next time, this is Preeti. Keep listening, keep loving, keep inspiring.
It's for the community.
It's by the community.
It's our radio.
Community Radio. Radioactive 90.4 megahertz.
Get active.
And check this out.